What's going on, guys? SLF Tuning here, and today we are finally installing a full exhaust system on my brand new RS660. I just finished the break-in on this thing. It has just over 620 miles, so we're finally installing a full exhaust system. So let's get right into it. I already started a little bit. As you can see, there's a couple pieces missing, but I'll show you how to take those off right now. So that piece is gonna go right in here. So it's just one bolt, two bolts on each side, and then these tubes are gonna be clipped into that piece right there. So you just pull these tubes out, unclip them obviously, and there goes that piece. And then I did also get this bottom fairing out, which is gonna be one bolt here, and then obviously the two bolts earlier, and then same thing on the other side, and it should just pop out. I think I need this bolt out too, so give me 1 second. There you go. A little bit of a pull, and you're good. Just be careful, obviously. But yeah, there's that. So I'm gonna set those over there along with all the bolts that go with it. So these three right here, along with this piece, just so to keep everything organized so we don't lose anything. And then I will catch back up with you guys in a sec. All right, so next step was taking off these plastic covers, which reveals everything on the internals. So it's just 3 bolts on the inside. Three bolts. 1, 2. My whole bike just moved, but 2. And then number 3 is gonna be in there, and that one's gonna be a hex key. These are all hex keys, but that one's a star key, I'm sorry. That one over there is a star key, these ones are hex keys. So both of those on each side. There is a 8mm bolt right here though that you gotta remove. And then there's another hex key right here on both sides. So make sure you do that. And then it was these 2 bolts on each side right here, and then there's one kind of hidden underneath. All right, so we got all these off. As you can see, this is a lot looser, but we still have, there's this main bolt right here, and then all of these side hexes on both sides. Once you get those off, then the fairing is gonna come off. All right, so 2026 model only. The 2026, you have to take off the actual front aerodynamic wing. So I put it over there, but it's just 2 bolts, one here, and then that center one that I showed you guys. All right, we got the fairings off, so now we gotta loosen up the radiator support so we can get into the header bolts. So it's gonna be 1 bolt, oh, right here, I'm sorry. So there's 1 bolt here. It's gonna be a bolt and a nut at the bottom, right here. So it'll be a nut and a bolt right here. So it'll be a 10mm nut, 8mm bolt. And then there's another 8mm on this side, right over here. And then it's gonna be 4 hex keys right here. 2 here and then 2 on the other side. So what are these, you might ask? These are the 2, according to other videos, these are the 2 most annoying nuts to get out on the headers. Realistically, obviously, you guys cannot believe me if you really want to, because I obviously skipped the head. But you see those 2 pieces, the 2 threads with no nuts? That's these ones. Those are the inner ones. Look how easy the outer one is to get to. And then same thing on the other side. So I don't know if they made it a little easier on the 2026 version to do this, but I'm going to show you guys a super easy way to do it. First of all, I have a lot of tools, which helps. Definitely helps to get out. So this is literally all I used. That's it. This moves a lot more than you think. Just don't be scared to push it. So to get this one out, this header, the inner bolt, I don't know if I can really show you, I used this extension because you need it. To get the other inner bolt out, I used this smaller extension and the 10mm, and then this ratchet. Obviously, you got to go a little slow. Make sure it's fully seated because these are copper, so just be careful. But they're fully seated. I had no issue. So let's get the other 2 bolts out and see what we can do. Yeah, so like I said, you cannot believe me if you really want to. I get super stressed out when I do shit like this in super tight areas. But that genuinely, not even kidding, took me 5 minutes, not even. Maybe a little longer because I had to run inside to grab my other extension because this is from my toolbox. The other one's from a set that I bought. But that legitimately took me like 5 minutes. So the only thing, if I remember correctly, that is holding on to this exhaust are these 2 bolts. And then there's the main hanger bolt. If you guys can see it right in there. Am I getting that in? Yeah. that main hanger bolt. So you're gonna need 2 people or a really long wingspan to do that. So I'm gonna wait until my niece comes home, and also I gotta wait until my exhaust comes here. Because I'm just doing this because it's gonna be shitty for the next couple of days, but I figured to, you know, get a head start. So let's do a little bit of magic. Well, well, well. Here is the exhaust. This all came apart, but I kind of just skipped ahead and I combined everything just to make sure I have everything where it needs to be. So there's this little middle bung right here that connects the 2 pieces, so you know which one's the left header and the right header. And then they connect into this one piece by a spring. And then obviously you gotta put those on. You do have metal lubrication if for some reason it's not going on. Just make sure you guys use this. I didn't have to use any yet. If I have to, I will. But and then there's the end of the exhaust. But yeah, full titanium. This thing is light, like literally very minimal effort. Love titanium. There's a ding. This is a blocker for the bung because I don't have any like O2 sensor that goes into here. So that's a blocker for the bung. And yeah, there's the O2 bungs right here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing on there. All right, what's going on? We are finally done. This honestly took me like an hour and a half. I could see why people were complaining. I'm very blunt with you guys. This was a, but I finally got everything in. I got the O2 sensors in. Let's do one more final check. Make sure you're tightening the header bolts like one by one so that everything goes flush. And then you are reusing this bolt over here on the original exhaust. Fitment looks literally pristine. Look at this, barely any space. And then we got this. I'm gonna worry about bolting it into here in a little bit, but I'm just looking forward to finally hearing this thing. Haven't started it yet, so has the baffle in it. Everything looks good, got the O2 sensors in there. Let's give this thing its first start. Oh yeah. I think I'm taking the baffle out for sure. But that sounds so much better. I don't hear any leaking. I don't hear anything like that. Everything looks okay. A little bit of smoke coming off that, that's okay. That's just from the oil. Not too much to worry about. By the way, our new exhausts are gonna stink because it's brand new. All the materials are still breaking in. So don't worry about a weird smell unless you smell excess amounts of oil. But yeah, main issues I ran into were the headers. That was a pain in the ass. This stuff was really easy. Once I was done with the headers and the O2 sensors, it was cake work. I had nothing else to worry about. We're gonna let this warm up and I'll be back with you guys in a little bit for a little bit of a rev session. All right, it's not fully warmed up yet. It's at 156, so we're just gonna do some light revs, but we're gonna really like hammer it in a little bit, but oh, dude, that's where the sound is. That's exactly where the sound is. You can already see the fucking headers turning baby blue and purple. I love that. That's awesome. But yeah, I'll be back with you guys in a little bit. All right, so obviously we can't do a full sound test until I actually ride it, but it's at 192, which is usually what it sits at when it's this cold. So I think we're good to like give it some nice revs. So that's 2,000. That's 4,000. That's 7. That's fucking loud. Holy shit. All right, one more time. Whoa. Oh, the pops are amazing. All right, we're done. I'll get back with you guys in a bit. All righty, all the fairings are back on. Don't mind everything laying everywhere. That was a little bit of a pain. I hate doing fairing work, but she is on. I also did find a bolt. It's gonna be a 12 millimeter, by the way. As for the cover, which is that, might just leave that off because the bolts that they did provide ended up hitting the actual exhaust. So, but yeah, all the fairings are back on. There's gonna be this little gap, which was usually filled by the muffler covers. It's tight. There's no real issue with it. Like everything bolted up exactly how it should have. All right, one last final sound check before the end of the video. Oh, sounds so much better. So much better. But yeah, we are all set, people. I'm glad I was able to take you along on this adventure of me installing a new exhaust on this thing. It definitely needed one for sure. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a little bit of a pain in the ass, but everything great takes time. So I'm not too mad about it. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please hit that subscribe button. Go check out my other videos. They'll be popping up on the screen right here, or click on my channel. And yeah, just please hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night, guys.